Welcome back, RawSangan family. So this weekend at Tulsa Regional, our biggest regional, 368 players. I got 6 plates with Adventure Tenyi or Adventure Tenyi source, or whatever you guys want to call it. So here's going to be the deck profile. We played 3 of this guy, the level 1 tuner, Atara. Then we played 3 of the bouncy guy, Vishuda.
This guy was insane going second, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, especially with the adventure token. So like sometimes you have to go break their board. So you make the adventure token and you just banish this from your hand to bounce a card. It's pretty busted. Pure Sword Soul only plays 2. I played 3 because we're gonna max on the Tenyi cards. We played 3 of the Golden Boy, Ashuna.
Best one.
Yeah, I think they're all pretty good. They all have like their purpose.
Just the synergy with these and the adventure tokens are insane in this deck, to be honest.
It is. Like, I like this guy too because you can, if you banish one of your what you call Sorcerer monsters, you can bring it back. You can just grab him to have follow up plays. It's just these Tenyi cards are really good. It's a really hard deck to play, to be honest, just because like every turn's going to be different.
Yeah, I was watching you play. It just seems like there's so many like combo lines in this deck. It doesn't seem very easy.
It's not, because like some games you open a handful of hand traps, a handful of Tenyis, a bunch of like starters. So you just have to know how to like play through all the like weird hands.
Yeah.
But we only played 3 Sorcerer monsters.
I see the long one and very standard in a lot of these lists. What made you want to play him?
Just because the new level 10 Synchro monster is insane, especially because in Top Cut everyone's basically playing adventures. So this is just
It's like a pseudo ghost ogre on crack.
correct. And also like the other guy, the old level 10, is really good at breaking boards. Oh, wrong one. This guy. It's because he has a banish effect. It doesn't target. So I always want to end my turn with one of these. Obviously, if I'm playing one of these. Obviously, if I'm playing Flunderies, I'll search the blackout. But any other, I just prefer searching this guy.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
3 Red Rose Dragons. Probably the best starter you want to open up with. Usually, if you have this, you basically have full combo game. It's really good. 1 Rock Rose Dragon. You basically only want to see him if you don't see any of the adventure cards. Just because even if you normal summon him, you grab the quick play spell, the Monster Reborn. So the one you definitely never ever want to see in your hand is 001. Just because he's number 1 doesn't mean he's just the worst one.
This guy I watched you play, dude. This dude was just glued to your hand.
He was, and it was awful. But, you know, this deck is so good. It's just, you can play with 4 cards. So you play 3 Ash, 3 Ogre, 3 Nibs. So that's basically pretty standard. I went with 2 Effect Veilers and 2 Ghost Bells for this tournament. This was a Tulsa regional, so it was in my home state. So I know there was going to be a lot of Flunderies because Oklahoma loves Flunderies. So I wanted to play the Veilers, but I knew Prank Kids were the best deck, so I wanted to have an answer for both.
Yeah, Bell has a lot of coverage against like just Enchantress and the Prank Kid matchup as well.
So Effect Veiler really sucks against Prank Kid. Like, yeah, you can hit some stuff, but realistically, this is not really slowing it down. Ghost Spells extremely slows them down because it doesn't let them get the last 2 Prank Kids they need for Butler. And like I said, and like how you said earlier, it's really good against the adventure cards. So we played 3 Water Entrenches.
The Insane Engine.
The Griffins, yeah. And 3 other rights and 1 faithful and 1 equipped spell. Basically, pretty standard adventure package. I was testing with 2 Griffin and 2 faithful, but the thing is, because this deck I believe is 46 cards. It's just when I play 2 adventures and 2 Griffin, I just keep having a handful of adventure cards, and It's not always the best. Sometimes it worked, but realistically, you never want to really see this or Griffin.
Yeah.
So one of the extenders we play 3 emergency teleport. I didn't play Gamma or Driver. I know this is really good to grab the Gamma, but that stick already has a lot of bricks. It doesn't seem like it, but it can get there. So I just didn't want to see Driver or have a dead Gamma. So I cut them off. Usually this is a card I'm siding out going second, obviously, because you just want to add more hand traps. You don't want your opponent to make their board. You want to break it. We play 2 vessels just because this is a Tenyi deck. You know, you want to fill the grave with Tenyi. You want to add a Tenyi card to your hand for Long Yang or whatever his name is. So 2 vessels is plenty. Especially you can bait the Ash with this. If they don't Ash this, you just have more plays and they Ash it, you know. Your Needle Fiber combo more likely is going to go off. You have that 1 Baser Rose Shoot. This and 001 are the cards I saw every single opening hand. Sometimes this was good because like I'll normal summon one of the Rose Dragon, try to go for Hulk combo or like try to make one of my 10s with a Tenyi. And when the Flundery match up twice, they try to book and move my Red Rose Dragon, so I activate Droplet, send it, stop one of their monsters, whatever. Then activate this and just went full combo. So it's not the worst thing to see. 001 is there's no benefit of seeing it in your hand. And just the 1 blackout. Like I said, I believe it's 46 cards. Comment down below if I'm wrong. So my extra deck, I played 2 Monks, 2 Needle Fibers, 1 Rotodon, whatever his name is, 1 Formula Synchron, just so like if they ever like Ash this or Valor this, I can just end my turn, make this guy draw a card. Hopefully it's a hand trap. And I also play 1 Charge Warrior, just in case if they leave a level 4 and I have Needle Fiber, I can draw 2 cards and hopefully I draw like a hand trap. I made this a few times, not a lot, but this deck doesn't play the Herald. I didn't play it, so I'd rather have a draw if like my opponent just opens all the hand traps. 1 Riser Dragon. Majority of the times I made them just so I could send a Tenyi monster or a Adventure Water, whatever, for the follow-up play. And so on my opponent's turn, I'll have like a level 3 and this, whatever, will make a level 10 Synchron. So it's not the worst. Like, it doesn't happen a lot, but like just little plays like that does come up. So obviously the 1 Yahtzee, the Searcher.
Did you ever miss the second Shijao at all, or did that ever come up?
No, just one's fine. Cause to be honest, no, never missed the second one.
Not really missing.
I played 1 Savage. I made it a few times, not a lot, but it came up a few times. 1 Boxia, 1 Floor, and 1 of the new level 10 and 1 of the old level 10.
Yeah, I saw these guys put in work for you.
They do. Like, if you read them, they really don't, like, they don't sound too amazing, but these cards are like, they're crack, man. This guy increases your it increases your opponent's monster by 100 for each bandage card, and he gets increased. So like, it doesn't sound like a lot, but like this guy was just helping me break boards with my weak monsters, which is like running over my opponent's monsters. And plus, like, if I have a token, you know, I have this on the field, I can banish one of the Tenyis and his effect triggers, and just put in so much work. So like, also like in theory, like in the first beginning rounds, I always made this guy first, just because, like, you know, at regionals, like the first couple of rounds, you can play a good player or you can play a local player, like a not so try hard. So this card just basically kills like tier 2 decks, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So once you start going to like table 6 or higher, I mean round 6 or higher, I always made this guy first because every single deck that I played had an adventure package. So this just literally just takes care of the adventures easily. So that's my extra deck. So my side, 3 Drolls, 3 Lancias, 2 Token Collector. The only reason I only play 2 is because I can send it with Riser Dragon. And also like, because I am playing Sorcerer package, I really don't want to leave this on the field too long. Because like, let's say I Token Collector my opponent, I summon something and I can't link it off or something, and this just stays on the field, I lose. So I feel like 2 is plenty. 3 Cosmic Cyclones, 3 Forbidden Droplets, and 1 Red Reboot. Yes, so like if I'm going against Flindery, I just don't lose to that Harpy trap. And plus there's a lot of trap decks this weekend.
Typical regional.
Yeah.
So, you've been tearing it up. You know, you've been topping basically everything you've been going to. I personally think you're one of the most slept-on players in Oklahoma. How many events have you topped in a row?
Every event I have traveled, I have topped, like the Colorado Case Tournament, the Epic Case Tournament, Oklahoma Case Tournament, regionals. It's just, I don't know. This might be my year.
Any shout-outs?
Just the Oklahoma crew, you know who you are. My fans, the RawSangan family. Yeah, if you're not, don't forget to subscribe, join the family, and see you guys at Fayetteville.